Right, hi folks. Welcome to my Me Made May on Sunday, the 31st of May. That's it, I've made it to the end and I only skipped one day. Yeah, pretty happy. I hope you've enjoyed this daily vlogging business. I'm looking forward to actually getting some more stuff done in my day because this has taken a surprisingly large amount of my time. But, you know, I hope it was fun. And I will keep doing videos. At the end, I think I'll talk through future plans. Simone, stay focused. Today, I am going to go through my whole Me Made May capsule wardrobe for May. And everything that I wore and have for like this sort of fall season, autumn, as we call it here. Which is all these guys lined up on the back here. I'm pretty happy with the colour cohesion. Might have been handy actually to do this at the beginning to know what I had that was me made rather than now at the end. But there are like 5 or 6 new pieces in there as well. So I wouldn't have had those at the beginning, I guess. Yeah. So what am I wearing today? So you've seen this before. This is my velvet, heavily hacked kind of skivvy pattern that I've done and then realised was... I made a whole heap of these, which you're about to find out. These just basic sort of tight-fitting skivvy tops with different kind of hacks, like the frill on this one and the tie with the keyhole is probably the most extreme. The others are much, much more plain. And I did them all last winter when I was working in an office and I just need some layering type things to go underneath. And didn't really realise at the time that the pattern was really, really wrong. So yes, during this month I have redone a new kind of base layer pattern, which you would have seen over the last week. And now getting all of these things out, I've realised there are quite a lot of these tops. Do I really want to replace them? Does the weird army business bother me that much? I mean, you can't really see it on this one because the frill covers it. But yeah, there's like this just weird amount of excess fabric under the arms. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. So that's the top. In velvet, stretch velvet, and the skirt is my bias cut pattern, 3 of which I have, and this is the leopard satin one. I mean, this month really has kind of forced me to do a lot more pattern clashing, which I'm pretty happy with. You know, it's been fun. I like a bit of pattern clashing. And yeah, I probably wouldn't in the past have thought of wearing these 2 things together, but you get desperate for outfits. I kind of like them together. I don't know, tell me what you think. Am I getting a bit desperate or is it, yeah, no, it's fashion. Fashion. Yeah, alrighty, let's get to it. Oh, yesterday's vlog, my Saturday, so I've done most of my Saturday vlog this morning, Sunday morning, and if you've seen it, you would have noticed it was very, very grey because I did when I first got up this morning. Lots of artificial light in that photo, which is really blowing everything out in weird and wonderful ways. But I thought I'll get it done in the morning when the light's usually best. And now, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, heaps brighter than it was. Never mind. I don't really feel like refilming at all because now I've got 2 videos to edit. Also on yesterday's video, on the intro part, which I actually did do yesterday, on Saturday. Yeah, there's a weird bit of hair just sticking up vertically. Try and ignore that. Just looks ridiculous. But, oh well, you know, it's real life, right? Okay, I'm gonna bring you down here so that we can look at clothes. Alright, 2 minutes ago I spoke too soon and big lot of cloud has just passed over and it's now pouring with rain. I was like, oh, it's so bright and sunny. This has been our week here. This is why my wardrobe this month has been so difficult. Like we started May with beautiful, still kind of quite summery weather. There was like a week in the late 20s. It was divine. And now it's freezing and it's raining. The storm rolled in last Sunday and it hasn't stopped raining since, really. And WA is not really a place where you get a lot of rain. But, you know, the garden likes it. The garden likes it. Anyway, this is my Me Made collection. So it's 37 pieces. So I'm going to try and go through this quite quickly. We've just done the 2 pieces that I'm wearing now. But yeah, I am pretty happy with how cohesive it is. I mean, look how cohesive my wardrobe is. And it has been very, very easy to get dressed in the morning, apart from the one thing that I have mentioned over and over again. I don't have enough winter weight bottoms. I have a buttload of tops, as you can see, but not a lot of bottoms. So what is it? It's 37 pieces. There were 2 exceptions to when I wore Me Made. So there was that one day that you've seen where I wore jeans with a Me Made top that were store-bought. And there was one day that you didn't see, my one day that I had off, where I did wear this jumper, but over like a maxi knit dress that was a thrifted piece. But yeah, you didn't see that. So, but I did technically wear something Me Made every day. Okie dokie. So yes, there's 37 pieces. There's 15 tops. 9 kind of jumpers, cardigans, things that go over tops. 5 pairs of pants, 6 skirts, 1 dress, and 1 jumpsuit. And in, I think, an ideal world, there would be more bottoms and more dresses and less tops. Do I think that I can live with a capsule wardrobe in the future? It wouldn't be this one. I did really feel, and I think that's why this month I actually bought a lot more fabric than ever for myself, like fabric for myself, not collection fabric. And I actually bought some clothes as well this month, like from a shop. And I think I did that because I felt somehow that I didn't have enough, that I was, somehow deprived of stuff. And like I saw things and I was like, oh, I don't have one of those, but I actually do. I got a whole wardrobe of stuff that I just wasn't wearing this month. So starting just at tops, and we'll work my way back here. Number 1 is this bodysuit from my collection. Actually, it's not from Goblin Fruit. This was a sample piece that I made that I decided didn't warrant going into the collection. But I have worn it to death since, so maybe it does. But I really love this beautiful, it's like a flocked velvet stretch mesh. And I do have heaps more of it left, so I'm thinking of making something new with that. And so there's one. This is one that I made this month and still totally in the summer kind of range of things. So it's that Nerrida Hanson fabric with the one monkey that I managed to get in my 50 centimeter cut. This little guy. And the pattern was this one, the 2-in-1 Suki dress pattern. Here we go. These next 3 are my 3, actually I've got 4 versions now, of the Simplicity 8736. So this one. So I've done 3 versions, all quite heavily hacked. Well, one's probably the most common of this one, the stripy one, and then the last one, which is my cardigan / blouse, this one. So 1, 2, and 3. The first one I made, and I've actually loved having this in my wardrobe just for that splash of colour, because it's this, the pink and the yellow that I haven't really, obviously I'm really into blues and greens, very into blues and greens, and having some white and pink and yellow was actually a really nice thing to add into that wardrobe, and I love this top. So that's the first one that I'd ever made of this pattern, and the only hack that I'd made was that the sleeves are a bit longer than those short sleeves. The second one I made was this jersey version. Fabric is from Pitt Trading. So all I did a turtleneck on it. I made the sleeves even longer still, and I took the back placket out of the back. I did put these little buttons on the neck just in case that neckline was too tight, because I had put a keyhole in, but it wasn't, and I sewed the keyhole up, but the buttons are still there, but they're not necessary. Third one is this one. Whoops, that's the back. This is the front. Wow. Which I really love, but actually the colours in this fabric, and even like the style of the print being sort of childlike, it doesn't really work with the rest of my wardrobe. I mean, the greens in here are great because I can wear it with my other greens, like lots of greens. This shade of blue though, not so much. Yeah, I love it, but I probably got carried away with the fact that I could get May Gibbs fabric, and it's probably not actually really me. But I do like the tie hack that I did on it, and I do really like the band at the bottom so that I don't have to tuck it in. Love that. Okay, now the other version that I did of that is up here, that I did this month, so only a couple of weeks ago, and that's the cardigan. I'll talk about that more when we get down to jumpers, I guess. Right, so my two wanted tees. So the red scuba one, which I think you saw on day one, which actually came out a bit small, but exactly the same pattern size, is my green wool sweater knit version. With the hacked sleeve, and this one is, I love this top. I love wearing this top. It's so, so comfortable. I made it shorter. Again, I think the red one is already shorter, or maybe not. I don't know. I made it shorter. Like, I wore it once and was like, yeah, no, it's annoying me, all that extra fabric. Cut it off, and then I washed it, and obviously it shrunk even more. So now it really does graze the top of my pants, but I love it. Alrighty, so the million variations of my hacked sweater pattern coming right up. So this top that I'm wearing, plus all of these guys. So Spotlight viscose jersey that's really worn quite badly, and I've mentioned that before. That black was black. This one, this red wool, I've got some more of it. It's actually this here. I've got quite a bit more of it. It is so nice. I got this from a wholesaler who charges in US dollars, so getting any more or any other colours is a bit ouch. But at least I've got some more of this to play with, because it's so soft, and it's a wool blend, so it's warm, but it's still, you know, really lightweight. It's delicious. This is from the same wholesaler. This is another wool blend, but their rib version. I've made quite a few things in this green and wore it quite a lot, where initially I was like, I don't really like this fabric very much. So, you know, it's the same as the wanted tee, and I've got another wrap top in it as well. Obviously, I really felt that this fabric that I wasn't that happy with, I had to use up. The logic of things I don't really know. So yeah, the same fabric as the green, but in black. Rib knit, exactly the same. And then this one, which is a Spotlight viscose jersey, and with the keyhole and the pussy bow tie, sort of the same as this one, but then I put the frill on this one as well. Yay! I actually really love the print in this. I have learnt that in my wardrobe, getting the extra colours in, I think I might have already said this, getting the extra colours in with the prints, and particularly florals, has been great, because otherwise it would be really boring. Okay, so another one made this month. That's my new sweater pattern. I don't know, can you see, is it really, I don't think it's really smaller than these other ones. Oh, here comes the sun. Let me have a look. Oh, it'll probably be best if I did it this way. Because, yeah, because of this fabric's not thinner, but, oh man, why am I doing this in such an awkward way? The fabric's not thinner, but it just has, like, the print is really shallow, so you can see the white underneath. No, they're about the same size. They're about the same width. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even the blue one's a little bit bigger. So, go figure. Go figure. So, yes, I'm pretty happy with the size on that. I will narrow off this neckline as well to be able to use, like, the skivvy, make it my skivvy block. But yes, this will be the new one because it fits so much better under the arms and all the rest. Yay. Oh, and yeah, I know, really, really visible, not really great cover lock stitching. But I cover locked onto here, which was blue, and then the inside of all of this is white. And I did do white with just the one thread that went through in the blue everywhere else. But clearly on the cover stitch, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you can't see it when it's on. I mean, you saw it on me the other day. You can't see it when it's on. This one I wore a couple of times. my Henry Lee bodysuit from the collection. This is something that is still available. But yeah, and yeah, with the removable collar. So that's how it looks. Because you can't really tell when it's on me. Okay. Yeah, so it's just 3 buttons. And then it sits inside, like that. And yeah, the little clip on here is, and it's the same, I've done the same thing on the other. It's just a lingerie hook on, yeah. Alright, so that's that one. Okay, so the last of this green knit, actually it's not the last, there is a little bit left, but the last of it that I've made up is this Donna Karan wraparound top, which is this one. Now, I realise now hanging it on the hanger, because I don't normally hang all of these tops on hangers, they're normally folded. I just did this for the video and to make it look nice. But, I mean, yeah, so this gathered bit goes down around your waist, but now realising hanging it on your hanger, pushing it up to there, actually looks kind of interesting. And I might have to try that on and see what it looks like. Yeah, with it pushed up like that. That's kind of fun. I mean, I'd have to wear it over a dress because this would become so short. Yeah, there's no way you want to see that much flesh. But yeah, something to try. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all made off the same base pattern. They're all just hacks again. And that pattern is the top of this Kwik sew dress, which I've shown lots and lots of times. So it's just dolman sleeve with a big kind of roll cowl neck. So yeah, I've so this one I made it longer and put a band on the bottom, but no band on the sleeves. The nature of this fabric actually turned out that I needed to do a little bit of a gather in the neck, but I got my gather a bit weird. And I really don't wear this. I think I wore it once this month. If you don't wear anything underneath it, it's itchy. It's so itchy. So I have to wear a skivvy underneath it. I don't really love the length, but there's nothing here I could really tuck it into. So yeah, I didn't really wear it. So that's that one. Sorry, ran out of space. Had to dump some stuff. Where was I? So yeah, the Kwik sew pattern. This one. Did I show you this one? Dolman sleeve, just the same as the blue one, but I just didn't put the rib across the bottom. That's the back. And yeah, fabric from Pitt Trading. It's just like a loose weave sweater knit. This one, which I did, it's short. I think it's still the waistband measurement from the pattern. I think this was the first one I might have made, actually. Then I put a ribbing on the waist and on the sleeves. I love wearing this. It's French Terry from Spotlight, and it's nice and warm. And it's actually getting cold now, so I'm thinking about putting one on. The next one, so in the Minky, and yet the same as the previous with the rib on the bottom. And then the one that I made this month, the Jumper of Any Regrets, this guy, which I just did a little slit in the sleeve and no ribbing on the cuff. Yay! And it's lined, like it's double-sided, which turned out to be a mistake. If you've seen that video, you'd know why. Right, so yes, the cardigan / blouse, depending on if you talk to me, my mother or my grandmother. My mother and my grandmother all feel that it's a blouse. I just feel that it's a little bit too long and I need to cut a piece out of there, which would have been really obvious if you watched yesterday's video because it was really bowing out. But I put the buttonholes in and now I don't really know what to do. I don't know. I'll think about it. But otherwise, I really love it. It's just the fabric's really, really nice. I love these big sleeves. Yeah, so it's that simplicity pattern, but instead of the button placket down the back, I've done it down the front, and it's a little bit longer than the ones before, but not as long as the pattern is. And then I put the ribbing on, and I did the big sleeve with some elastic in the cuff instead of a woven type cuff. And a little neckband. Yay, so pretty happy with that project, and I still want to make more things out of that pattern. I know, how many things can I make out of one pattern? There's more ideas, more. Once I get a pattern that I like and that I know fits me and I don't have to fit it, I'm on. It's happening. So this guy is the McCalls. I was wearing it the other day. See, all these things I was wearing the other day because this is what I've been wearing all month. McCalls 7254. This one. The view that she's wearing. I've also made one of these for my mum in a cream knit. Actually, can you see it? Is it on this side? No, it's not. It's folded over there. Anyway, I've got some left over to make something else out of, which she wears all the time, even though she's lost a heap of weight and now it's too big for her. Like, these shoulders are really, really wide. And if I make it again, I'll probably take them in a bit. But yeah, it's a nice winter thing. My other winter wrap over the top of it, the black Waterfall cardigan. Fabric again is a knit from Pitt Trading. It's currently covered in dog fur. I think I left it hanging over a chair that she could rub against. Or, you know, there's just fur around. With the tie. And yeah, that's the butter coat pattern that I've just made in a knit fabric. So that one, B6244, Lizette Waterfall coat. Right. The McCalls paper bag waist pants, which, I mean, I haven't mentioned it before. I keep forgetting. I also forgot to put the belt carriers on. And originally I didn't do it because I couldn't find the piece of fabric that I'd cut out, and I was like, oh, can't be bothered. And I found the piece of fabric now, and I still haven't put the belt loops on. Maybe I'm not 100% convinced by these pants, but part of that, I think, is that this tencel twill that I made it out of, which is from a wholesaler, is just too thin for winter. It's really summer. So we'll find out in summer if they come into their own, I think. As for things that are definitely not going to come into their own, did I show you the pattern actually for the McCalls? McCalls is that one. 7726. Things that are not going to come into their own are these Vogue pants. I just hate wearing them. They're really uncomfortable. They don't fit great. They're really unflattering. V9189. Do I want to go back to the pattern and try and work out what's wrong with it and fix it? I don't know. Like, I really do want some cigarette pants, but I probably have to just have to do my own pants block, I think. Boring. Right. My Persephone pants from my collection. Persephone from Goblin Fruit, not the other Persephone pants. Which, I mean, I love them, but they really are like summer weight. I didn't have like this and that bias cut skirt and my only black bottoms, my only basic black bottoms that should go with everything. And I hardly wore either of them. I mean, both like they're made in the same satin and it's just too lightweight for now. But yay. The pants that I did make this month, which I've really got to go back into this pattern because I've decided I really like them. But I just need to fix the pattern, which was one that I self-drafted so that it has no side seam and it's only got the seam up the back. But I just need to take some fabric out and they're a little bit too big. So go back onto that pattern, but very similar. My Jane set pants, I mean, they just have a side seam. And they've got a bit of dirt on them. Good work. These also I need to take in. So clearly I'm not getting this whole stretch pants thing quite right. I thought if I remade the pattern myself, it would be fine. But no, I think I just made them the same size. Whatever. This skirt, which I think is my favourite winter skirt. Oh, maybe the Vogue one. I don't know. This is my KnitWit pattern 8000 from the 80s skirt. I mean, it's great because you don't have to put a zip in. So maybe I can show you this much better than I show it on myself. So it's got 2 buttons that fix the waistband. And then that's your pocket in there. So the pocket bag is there, but then it half opens up so you can step in. So the pocket bag works, and then the 2 buttons fasten like so. I think it would be even better if the pocket, the inside bag came across a little bit further, and then this had like another panel that sort of came across further, so that when you could do a button on the inside, and that would pull this side bit, which is attached to this like side seam on you, across so that it sat a bit firmer. And I think I'll do that little hack next time, because the way that this pulls out a bit on this, just this one hip as you're wearing it, is a bit not great. But I mean, I obviously love these because I even altered these, and I hardly ever alter anything when they got too big for me. It either stretched out or I lost weight. It's debatable. But I then took the waist in and I left the hips wide, which I quite like because it makes me look like I've got hips. All right, I was watching this morning as I made my breakfast. Lindsay had just posted, Lindsay from Behind the Hem. I think I've got those things right. I'll pop them below. I always love when she does her reviews or first look at new pattern collections from the Big Four, and she did the new Butterick pattern collection. We can't get them in Australia yet. We won't get them until that season rolls around, so I think this is their summer collection. I mean, I could buy it from the US, and they do send to me, and I have done that before. But again, buying in US dollars. What was I saying? Right, so and I do really, really like her reviews because she goes through absolutely everything. So if it's on in the background, absolutely everything, like all the photos and stuff, all the sizes, she goes through so much detail. And it kind of forces me to see it all. Whereas if I just went to the website, I'd click on the pictures that I liked and maybe have a quick look over it and be bored and get out of there. So I really like that. On the other hand, we have completely different taste. She really loves the Butterick collections. They're not my favourite, particularly this new look. I find them really conservative. I don't like the fabric choices. I hate the colour choices. They're so boring. But it was good to go through them all again. I can't believe I'm saying this now. But I mean, she did do a point where she's going, oh, this makes this model's body look like a Y shape. And aren't we all aiming for an hourglass shape? And then I'm holding this up going, it gives me hips. It makes me look like an hourglass. And probably the only time I've ever aimed for an hourglass shape. I think what's known as like the rock and roll silhouette, where there's lots of body and stuff going on up here and then skinny down the bottom. I mean, if I had really, really long legs, I'd probably be good at that silhouette. In the meantime, it's just one that I do. I'm narrow-hipped. I just don't have long legs. But yeah, I mean, all of my bottoms are very narrow fit, except for this one, which maybe I am hunkering after an hourglass silhouette and I didn't know it. Which would involve a lot of padding because I have no hips. Either that or a corset because got to pull that waist in. But yes, Lindsay, I swear I'm not aiming for an hourglass silhouette. We don't all need an hourglass silhouette. A Y-shaped, T-shaped, straight up and down, apple-shaped, whatever. Pear, it's fine. Okay? That's my 2 cents worth. All right. My tube skirt. To be honest, I really thought I had heaps of these. Just like for this pattern. I know that I got one black one, which was a ready-to-wear one that I thrifted from a local label, which I really like. But yeah, going into this, I thought I had a lot more. And I will be making one in this yellow stuff here that I've got. It does really require like a ponte or something, and it's not until recently that I bought those kinds of fabrics. And I only started buying them because Pitt Trading, who I've mentioned before, I think they're a Queensland company, they do designer offcuts, and they do like a remnant sale. And yeah, like a lot of these fabrics I bought on their remnant sale. And like they would just describe it like as a knit polyester blend. So obviously I have some issue in my head about things being described as ponte or scuba or things like that. But a knit polyester blend, well, that's fine. Blended with what? I don't know. But actually they're really, really practical, handy fabrics to have, particularly for these sorts of skirts, which is so easy to make. Anyway, that's that one. The other 2 of my bias cut skirts, the same as the one that I'm wearing. I absolutely love these, but they really are summer weight. This Vogue skirt, this is probably my other favourite bottom of this. That's it, I just don't have enough bottoms. But of this set, of this month, of everything that I wore for May, yeah. I love this. This is, I haven't actually got the pattern here. I didn't find it somewhere in a cupboard somewhere. But yeah, this is the Vogue wrap skirt. So yeah, it wraps over with the facing and then the dramatic little thing here, which I have done a hack for. I have hacked it because this is actually a bit bigger and it's pointy, whereas the pattern is round. But yeah, there's that one. Coming to the end, my only dress. And it's so annoying because I actually hate this dress. And it was my only dress that I could wear. And I love wearing dresses. It just doesn't fit. That's why I hate it. It just doesn't fit. It's too big. I have to take it in. I cut midway through the only day that I wore this. I cut the ties off it. You can see the remains. I mean, look at it. Ridiculous. Anyway, I keep meaning, like all this month I've had it put aside going, just cut it apart and take it in. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. And then lucky last, what I wore on the day that I talked about my collection, which is one of my collection pieces, the board jumpsuit. So yeah, this one's my own pattern, and I talked about it at length on the video. Yay! I'm not really a jumpsuit wearer. I think this is the only jumpsuit I own. And I didn't make it for me. But yay, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I love it. Whew. Right, okay, so, get my thoughts together, take a breather, maybe try and get my voice back to normal. That was a lot. So this is the last day of my everyday vlogging. I am going to try in future to do 2 vlogs a week. I'll do one which is centered around Goblin fruit, like my business. And that is to hold me accountable for creating something new for the collection or working on something for the collection that's quantitative that I can show you every week. Okay, so that's to keep me in line and keep me working. The other one is what is going to be similar to this, so things that I make for myself. So 2 videos a week, hopefully. All right, that's the plan, and you have to hold me to it. If you enjoyed this video or any of my Me Made May, yeah, hit like, do the little thumbs up thing, and subscribe. I don't know, tell your friends, watch 100 others, make lots of comments, anything that'll help other people see it and make me feel like I'm not talking to myself. Although that's okay. It's fine. It's quantifying, it's making me accountable, having something that I put out there all the time. When I'm not particularly fond of, Facebook. I hate Facebook. I still haven't really managed to make it back onto Facebook. Other than a couple of groups that I've joined, I haven't posted anything new on Facebook in ages. In fact, I think the only person who's posted on my Facebook timeline is my aunt, who's posted on it 100 times, I think. I don't think she's noticed that I haven't seen them. Well, I haven't commented. Family, love them. Anyway, and yeah, Instagram. I'm going to try and do something different, I think, with Instagram. I've been posting my daily photos for months. I haven't actually done this whole last week. On stories on the Goblin Fruit Instagram. But I do actually have a personal Instagram, which is not by design, not.by.design. And I might actually do the personal sewing on there and just leave the goblin.fruit Instagram for business stuff. Yeah. Anyway, tell me what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know all those good things. Yay! I hope you enjoyed May, and I hope you enjoyed this.